Yo, welcome in to CHGO Bets Daily, presented by DraftKings Sportsbook, America's top-rated sportsbook. Download the app today and use promo code CHGO when you sign up. Welcome into Studio B of our CHGO offices here in the West Loop of Chicago. I'm Sean Anderson. You can follow me on Twitter at Sean_W_Anderson. Alongside me, as always, decked out in his CHGO gear is Cody Delmendo. You can follow him on Twitter at Cody_CHGO. How are you, buddy?
It's been a tough 48 hours, but you know what? At least I'm winning bets.
I don't really want to bring up college basketball just because I know it was a real bad night for you.
As
and
a
then
fan,
when I saw the score and I was like, oh, that's not good. That's not good. Cody's going to be in a bad mood. But then I saw the 2-minute plus TikTok you made, and I was like, all right, I can't even watch this because I just know it's my man. I'm
down bad, man.
Down bad, exactly.
As a fan of Illinois Fighting Illini, University of Illinois Champaign-Urbana, Lordy, dude, I don't know what to say. I'm past like being pissed off. So now I'm just disappointed, and you know how that circle goes, right? Like you get pissed, then you're just disappointed, and then it circles back around. So I'm looking forward to getting pissed again at this point. Like, or maybe the next part is something good will happen, and I'll talk myself into Illinois being back, and then they'll piss me off again. So,
I call that the false hope.
Yeah.
Or you get your hopes up and then just crush it again.
Or he wants head to roll. Like, I mean, I think at this point too, like, I mean, Illinois shouldn't be doing that. Illinois can't be losing to Northwestern like that. I mean, what was it, a 20-0 run, 22-2 nothing?
20-2 run in the second half. And
nasty.
Like they closed this they closed the first half like okay, and then they started the second half hot and they took the lead, and I thought, okay, now they're going to blow them out because they started out so hot and they were playing confidently. And then Sincere Harris got a freaking technical foul, which it's bad because of the rules of college basketball, but I think it's dumb because the reason he got a technical foul is because he was just him and freaking Boo Booey were talking trash to each other, and like he must have done something more flamboyant. It's dumb to me because you see guys talking trash on the floor all the time. You see it in the pros, where I understand it's college, but like we're talking, this is D1 Big Ten basketball, and the refs are treating this like it's fucking high school.
But usually, it's just that one certain word, or maybe that one word is said, and that's why you get teed up.
Yeah.
I got teed up in a game before. I scream professional athlete. I scream long tenured athletic career. 8th grade. St. Linus versus St. Barnabas. We were at the St. Barnabas gym, and just to paint a picture about the powerhouse that was St. Linus basketball, the B team. I chose to be on the B team. You got more playing time on the B team. If I was on the A team,
I know all about that.
I'd be a bench warmer. I'd be getting a minute a game. Couldn't deal with that, all right? I was on the B team where over 3 years, we won 3 games. It was very tough to be a Hawk. And going up against St. Barnabas, and Barnabas is always the one team that we always had a chance against. And it was a tight game, playoffs, 8th grade, my final game. And my guy Vinny Musso gets a ball right under the basket on a fast break. He gets fouled from behind and bumps, and like he takes a step, but he gets hit from behind, and they call a travel on Vinny. And I, in my very calm, rational, reasonable, mature thoughts, scream at the ref who called the foul. That's bullshit. I got teed up. But yeah.
The closest thing I got to that was when I was in I want to say I was a freshman in high school, and it was like the freshman team. And we were playing this, like everyone who knows me, I grew up downstate, middle of nowhere, surrounded by cornfields. We were playing this town called Sullivan, and we were I didn't play much. That's just the fact of the matter. I just didn't play much because I wasn't that good. Or at least the coaches didn't think I was that good. Whatever. And I finally get my time to shine, Sean, when we're getting our asses kicked. And I get in with like the last 2 minutes. I got to run up and down the court a couple times. And I had the ball, and I don't know. Someone passed me the ball. It's like final, 10 seconds. They're like trying to get me the ball to put a shot up. And one of the guys for Sullivan stole the ball from me, and I straight up tackled the guy afterwards. And I probably would have been a technical foul if the game didn't just end. But I didn't tackle him, but I literally bear hugged him. I was like, no, you're not doing anything now.
My favorite is just when grammar school sports become barbaric. Like you tackling this gentleman. My guy Mitch Schroeder in a practice where I was taking a layup. I don't know. I think it was a scrimmage or something. I get a fast break. I go up to just do a layup, and then I notice probably about a second later I'm on my ass because Mitch just pushed me out of the air onto my back onto the wood. Hurt like hell. I don't know why he did it. Anyways, also same kid who on a fast break in a real game pushed a kid into the back of the padding, and that kid broke his arm. So that was a fun 15-minute delay. So hey, why don't you guys just you guys can calm down a little bit.
Yeah,
Some
chill.
of you, I mean, especially you tackling people, you can calm down.
Freshman Cody he wasn't a happy guy, man.
We had a CHGO softball team. We got to get a CHGO basketball team. Maybe there's a media league we got to get together, or we got to talk to Kevin. But I
want to do it just for the sure cardio that I'll get doing it, because I need a new way to work out. I am so tired of walking on a freaking treadmill at 15-inch incline at 2.5 miles per hour. I'm so tired of it.
Honestly, my favorite part about softball was just the friendships that were made. So I just kind of want the camaraderie of a little team.
Obviously that too, but I really could use the different type of cardio.
Yeah, right. I'm fast. I can't dribble or shoot, but I'm fast. So, hey, put me in, coach.
I'm slow, but I definitely can shoot the ball. I'm one of those.
You probably got some defense skills in you. I mean, you got.
Yeah, I tackled a guy once.
Right, there you go. He's very aggressive. Let's take a quick break, and then we're gonna get into.
We'll finally talk about gambling, guys.
My crazy night in gambling last night, and then we'll also talk about our picks for tonight. Cody, you know what I love?
The green.
College football. I love. Okay. I mean, you could say Tulane, the Green Wave. I love them because I love the fans. I love the tradition. I love the glory. There's nothing more thrilling than college football. It's bowl season, and the action is far from over. Our go-to for betting is DraftKings Sportsbook, one of America's top-rated sportsbook app. It is my top-rated sportsbook app, and the upcoming bowl matchup is the only one left. It's Georgia versus TCU. It's the Dogs versus the Frogs. What do you like, Cody?
I'm probably gonna take Georgia, but man, would I love to just slam TCU money line and then just dream.
Right.
You know what I mean?
I would love it. Hey, I would be buying a Hypnotoad hoodie in a second.
Yes.
And I want the Nike one. And I'm just afraid to tweet out the link because I know all those bots with all the shirt spammers or the hoodie spammers will just be coming in.
Those are the worst.
But I need the legit one. If there's someone out there that can get me the legit Nike branded Hypnotoad jersey, then yeah, I hope TCU wins the national championship. But that line is at -12.5 on DraftKings Sportsbook, and right now new customers can place a $5 pregame money line bet on a college football team to win and get $150 in free bets if they do. Plus, everyone can combine multiple bets for bigger payouts with DraftKings same-game parlays. I just missed on a same-game parlay last night, and I'll talk about my betting, foray last night. But it was a 2-pick parlay at +310 in the Bulls-Nets game. And Cody, I got to apologize. You were right. You should have slammed Bulls at +180 because they won 117-110. But Kevin Durant, over 29.5. That was an easy hit. He had 44. Kyrie over 27.5, though, didn't hit. He was at 25. So I got close on my same game parlay. But download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now. Try your luck. See what you can hit on and use code CHGO. And new customers can place a $5 pregame moneyline bet on a college football team to win and get $50 if your team does. That's code CHGO only at DraftKings Sportsbook. Minimum age and eligibility restrictions apply. See show notes for details.
Yeah, Bulls money line. I did it because DraftKings had the no sweat, but man, there really was no sweat in that one.
Yeah, right.
Honestly.
No, seriously.
Though, if it makes you feel any better, I crafted my own parlay. It was Kevin Durant to go over 30.5 points. It was Ben Simmons over 6.5 rebounds. It was Patrick Williams 2+ threes, And it was Zach LaVine over 22.5 points. And I missed by one leg because he scored 13 points, man. Come on. You've been putting up plenty of points the last, 2-3 weeks. Everyone, Stacey King keeps saying that your knee is getting better. Adam Amin, you're hyping up the healthy knee, and you put up 13 against the Nets.
Team effort, baby.
Yeah, team effort. At least you guys won.
Also, real quick, I got to correct myself. The current promo for new customers on DraftKings is right now new customers can bet just $5 on a college football team and get $200 in free bets instantly, win or lose. So if you do place money on TCU to win or you place money on Georgia to win, you will instantly get $200 in free bets instantly. So I said $150. If your team won, this is already a better deal. You get $200 in free bets instantly. All right, so make sure you're signing up with DraftKings Sportsbook using code CHGO. I want to talk a little bit about our night because you missed one leg of your parlay. I missed one leg of my parlay. Thankfully, we had our no sweat bet, right? And I just got to talk about my heater. Because I'm on a roll. There was nothing I didn't touch yesterday that didn't hit outside of Kyrie over. So I was in the shower and recently, something that I shower bets are the best. But recently I put a limit on my sports book. Could only bet $10 a day. What I didn't understand is I had to wait 24 hours for that betting limit to reset. So now I have an alarm on my phone for when my betting alarm resets. But hey, the only reason is because games start at the time. I placed my last bet during Big Ten After Dark, and that was when I placed a live money line on Marquette to win. And they did. Thank you, Cody, for that one. So I set my time at the wrong time. I should have set it for noon. If I set it for noon, I wouldn't have an issue with setting an alarm and everything. I just know that I'm going to forget about setting it. Yeah. But I get home yesterday. I'm trying to sweat out this Bulls thing. Doesn't end up hitting. But I have $5 in that Bulls bet. I end up getting the free bet back, and I put $5 on the Pistons, who were up 72-70 to win at plus 120. So that $5 free bet ended up turning into $6. So basically, I got my unit back and $1. So the NBA bet turned out good for me. But then I told you about all these college basketball leans that I had, and I'm standing there in the shower, and I see all the different changed odds and all the different moving lines and everything for these early games. So I'm like, whatever, I'll put together, it's only, $5 I have left. So I had to get really crafty. So I ended up going to a 2-pick round robin, and that is 10 scenarios that I put 50 cents on each for $5 total. And my 5 picks were UNC Wilmington to cover 8.5. That line that I first gave out was 9.5. So I got basically a point there already, which was fantastic. St. Bonaventure money line, which I already had, and that was at plus 105 when I bet it live, and that was what it was at when I gave it out before the show. Under 130.5 for Iowa State, Oklahoma. When I gave it out on the show, it was 126.5. So I got 4 points there. Providence money line. We talked about Ed Cooley. I made the Ed Cooley video. We're getting Ed Cooley tattoos. That cashed without a doubt. Providence smoked UConn. And then over 136.5 in Duke, North Carolina State. When I told you my lean, it was 144.5. So people, sometimes it pays to bet live, and I hit all of my round robin legs, which meant $22 for me, and I'm on a heater, Cody.
Yeah. Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
I had Providence. I wish I'd taken the money line. That's how much of a freaking blowout it was. I was surprised to see UConn lose by double digits. I actually live bet UConn plus 7.5 at with 6 minutes to go in that game, because I was like, oh, this is going to come down to the end, and then it was, and then it didn't, and so whatever. It is what it is. But I made my money back with TCU plus 5.5. Huge comeback, and they went outright at Baylor. Huge win for them. And then I had Wake Forest plus 10 against UNC. They were actually up for a little bit in that game. They ended up losing by 9, but they covered.
There you go.
And what was the other one? I had another one.
Missouri,
yes. Mizzou plus 7.5. They were up at halftime. I think they were up by 20 points at one point. they still managed to lose by 6.
Well, nice. And here's the thing too. I was putting together that bet slip in the shower, and I was like, should I fade Cody? Should I not fade Cody? I just decided against it. I was gonna fade you, and I'm glad I didn't, because that would have been my loss. So I was nice to you, and I got repaid with my bets.
Should I fade Cody?
Hey,
you know who you did fade though? You faded the legendary Hammerin' Hank. Because his free bet last night that he put out to his thousands and thousands of followers on Twitter was George Mason money line.
Stupid bet.
Well,
That was
I'm
a
just
dumb
saying.
bet.
I'm
The
just
Bonnies
saying.
are now 7-1 straight up. Not even against the spread at home. The Bonnies love home cooking. They got some hell of a chef there. I mean, they probably got Country House or something cooking up those meals at the St. Bonaventure cafeteria.
Because,
I feel great.
A lot of people love to ride Hammerin' Hank. So
You know what? You're the real Hammer and Hank, in my opinion. If you saw that Ed Cooley video, Cody is out here wielding the hammer and everything. Bingo.
who we hammering tonight? Or who? What are we hammering this weekend?
That's wonderful. Let's get into our bets for today. I got to get to one that you can't even touch anymore. They took it off. It was too good of a bet. All right. I guess the sports books love me, Cody. I got a real sweet deal here. Justin Fields was announced today that he won't play on Sunday. Nathan Peterman will get the start for the Bears. Just laughable. We made the headline, will the Vikings crush the Bears on Sunday? Of course they will. You could bet whatever machination of Vikings covering or Vikings winning or Vikings destroying the Bears, and I think you'll win your money back. But I was just looking for any edge. I was looking for plus money. We love plus money. And looking for whatever line I could get. Vikings minus 1.5 in the first quarter at plus 115. They just have to be up by a field goal at the end of the first quarter. They were up 21-0 in the first matchup against the Bears, and that was with Justin Fields starting. So I love that bet, especially now that was with Justin Fields. So I can't imagine what that line is now with Nathan Peterman. So I got real lucky being early on that bet.
Steven, we were just talking about before we started the show, the line for Bears Vikings on Monday was like 1 point.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's up to 7.5 with Fields being out. So congratulations. I was on Bears After Dark with Braggs and Will DeWitt, and I told everyone, you slammed the Vikings because there's no way that they're sitting, folks, after getting pounded by the Packers on prime time. Or not, well, I guess it was like a 3 p.m. prime time. They were like the America's Game of the Week on Fox. Mm-hmm. But whatever, you know what I mean? Like they're going to try on Sunday because they got to take some momentum into the playoffs after that freaking just disgusting show of what they called football against the Packers.
I'm actually surprised. I'm looking, you said minus 7.5. Before Justin Fields was announced to not play, it was minus 3.5. So Nathan Peterman starting is only worth 4 points.
Yeah,
well,
that still seems like a bargain to me.
But I guess I think their idea is,
maybe they sit the starters in the second half.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like
backdoor cover with Nathan Peterman, though, I don't know.
I just looked at the market and like they don't have like the player props out. But I'm interested to see what the Nathan Peterman interception prop will be. Like I guarantee you it will be minus money, but if it's at like, I don't know, minus 120 or something, I'd dabble.
Vikings to win with a shutout is 19-1.
Their defense is so bad.
Their defense is really bad. You know who's really bad? Nathan Peterman. He threw 6 picks in an NFL game. You think he's going to be better? I mean, Steven, I think you joked, or someone, Ryan Herrera, I mentioned my bet about Vikings leading by 1.5. And he was like, oh, you just need a safety. And I was like, Nathan Peterman might just run out of the back of the end zone by himself.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. The line still is minus 1.5 at minus 110. If you still like my bet. So it's not
the only
plus
thing that
money,
kind of
but
scares me about it is like at the beginning of games, I know it'll be Peterman instead of Justin Fields, but like the Bears have played well at the beginning of games in recent weeks, but so
that's
like
with Justin Fields.
But again, like if they run the ball, if they just straight up run the ball, and the Vikings defense is not good, like maybe the Bears could score on that first drive.
I think there's a give a shit meter. Like what the Bears need to lose this game. Like the Bears have no reason to win this game. The Bears have no reason to try in this game.
The players have plenty of reason to try.
This could potentially be David Montgomery's last game as a Chicago Bear too. They might just run him into the ground.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
So take Montgomery props is what Steve was saying.
That's what I'm saying.
The players care because like they're doing whatever they can to earn their next job, because we all know that a lot of those players aren't going to be on the Bears next year. So like the Bears are going to be motivated. They're like the front office and coaching staff is going to do whatever they can to make sure they lose that game, but that doesn't mean that they're not going to be motivated and try. And I like the bet. That's a good first quarter plus 115. Like that, I would take. I'll probably place it, to be honest with you. But yeah, that's the only thing that kind of scares me is like how they'll play to start the game with Peterman under center. I just don't think it's much. Like, yeah, it's different than Justin Fields, but with how the Bears run their offense, which is run, you don't really need a quarterback to do that.
Yeah, but I mean, even then, he could fumble snaps.
True.
Thankfully, Cody, and we've been doing this betting show for 18 weeks now of the NFL season.
You count
It's
them
the
all?
final week of the NFL season.
Savor it, man. Savor it, because we're gonna get into like go into that month of February where there's just nothing, and we're gonna be sitting
College
here
basketball, baby.
We'll have college basketball for sure.
I'll
but,
be
like,
fiending over that. It's going to be unhealthy.
We'll be happy, but a lot of people won't. I'm just saying that, like, savor what's left of football, man.
So, but here's the
We
thing.
have so many weeks left.
Do you know what we don't have to talk about tonight? An under of 37.5. An ugly Thursday night game where a team might not even score a touchdown, right?
Yeah.
We don't even have to deal with that. It's Saturday. It's Sunday games, thankfully. What's catching your eyes? We got Chiefs-Raiders on Saturday. Chiefs 9-point favorites. Titans-Jags. Jags 6.5-point favorites. They're at home. Vikings 7.5-point favorites in Chicago. You have Ravens-Bengals. Bengals 7.5 favorites at home. Patriots, Bills 7-point favorites at home. Browns, Steelers 2.5-point favorites at home. Bucks, Falcons 4-point favorites at home. Jets, Dolphins 2.5-point favorites at home. Panthers, Saints 3.5-point favorites at home. Texans, Colts 2.5 favorites at home, and 2 if the Texans win that game, the Bears get the number 1 overall pick. If the Bears lose, Giants, Eagles are 14-point favorites at home. Cowboys, Commanders 7-point dogs to the Cowboys at home. Cardinals, Niners 14-point favorites at home. Rams, Seahawks 6-point favorites at home. Chargers, Broncos 2.5-point favorites at home, and then Lions, Packers, your Sunday night game. Packers 4.5-point favorite at home. If you feel brave enough, Lions plus 195 in the money line. What you got for me? What are your best bets?
I, my friend, am hammering the Packers minus 4.5. That is my one play for this weekend, because it's the only game I give a shit about, to be honest with you. Like, and the only reason I give a shit about it is, 1, I'm betting on it. 2, because there's playoff implications. And 3, there's absolutely a chance that just maybe Aaron Rodgers shits his pants in a big pressure game again. But I'm not betting on that happening. I'm betting on him just miraculously sending this Packers team to the playoffs, winning by at least 5. I wish it was like 3, but they put it at 4.5. Whatever. The moment that I realized that the Packers were going to be put in this position, I told myself, I am slamming the Green Bay Packers the next 2 weeks, because it's the only way I'm going to be able to deal with the inevitable.
Why? But so you're just betting this because you don't want Rodgers to win?
Well, that is one reason,
So
but
you're
I also
just
think
betting
they're
against
playing.
your feelings.
I'm betting against my feelings, and also, like, they are playing really well right now. And again, the Lions playing well too, outside of getting their butts whipped by the Panthers. They beat up on the Bears last week. What's that mean? I don't know.
But like, if you were gonna go into a war, and we could just describe
I appreciate
the NFL
you here
as
being
a
a
war.
devil's advocate. By the
Well, we could describe the NFL as a war. Who would you want leading you into war? Aaron Rodgers drugged out on mushrooms and talking to witches and, drinking piss, whatever. I don't know what the hell he does. And then you also
Drinking piss.
I don't know why I said that. He's weird.
Going on Joe Rogan.
And Matt LaFleur, not really. I mean, he's probably normal, drinks water. And then you got Dan Campbell. the guy who's pounding coffee, biting legs, right? I mean, if there was a one-game playoff, who's going to be the motivator? It's Dan Campbell. So, like, I know that the team's more talented. I know it's in Lambeau, but we've seen Tom Coughlin and his red face beat the Packers in Lambeau. We've seen the Packers choke in Lambeau before. Lions at plus 195. I think I might just be bold enough and take it, my friends. It's a winner take all, and it's not even, it's 50-50. One team wins, one team loses. It's basically a 2-1 right now. I like that number.
Sean, do I need to go through the history of the Detroit Lions with you, though? Like,
no, but who can change that? A man who doesn't care about the history, a man who cares about the present, a man who is ready to bite your leg off. And yeah, you're pulling up Jared Goff stats. Not sure why.
Because I think he has very, very vast difference in home road splits.
Oh, okay. So you're
what is
you're
Jared
wondering
Goff
just how
like in the cold?
Yeah. What's Jared Goff like in under 30-degree weather? What's the Green Bay weather like?
They have that.
All I can think about Jared Goff in cold weather is back in 2018 when he came to Soldier Field to play the Bears. And that was when he was with the Rams, and he was a shell of himself that night.
Yeah,
but
32 degrees, and it's going to be a low of 21 in Lambeau.
All right, I got the stat I was looking for here. Jared Goff at home, 23 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. Jared Goff on the road, 6 touchdowns, 4 interceptions. Yeah, that's a big difference.
Listen, I'd love to see the Lions win that game, but I can't pull myself to do it, man. I can't pull myself to bet the Lions for gambling reasons or even as like just a hater of the Green Bay Packers. Like, I think the Packers have a better run game. They've really gotten the run game going during the stretch of them playing well. And their game against the Vikings, Rodgers didn't even really do much. It was their defense and it was their run game. And the Lions suck against the run. And they have a quarterback who's not going to turn the ball over. And their defense is playing like that. I mean, Jair Alexander literally just trolled Justin Jefferson for 4 quarters. I think he can do that to Amon-Ra St. Brown. You know what I mean?
And the Packers, too, last 3 games, they are 6th in rush defense. So, if Jared Goff can't throw and Jared Goff is that bad on the road, well, can they rely on that running game that even though they do have talented backs like Jamal Williams, revenge game,
DeAndre Swift,
and DeAndre Swift,
revenge game though. Yeah.
I mean, the Packers are pretty good. Did you get the weather stats? Were you able to find?
Did you really
those?
want that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Were you
Yeah,
able to find that?
I could get it.
Is he bad in cold weather? Can you go to his career, or are you on 2022?
Yeah, I can do career.
Let me just know his career, just because too. Like, he is from California. Went to Cal. Like, I don't know how many bare weather games he's been in, and I don't know if I buy into that much. But if he's really bad, I don't know if I want to take him. All right, I don't know if we can find that. Oh yeah, you can find it right there. Weather. Find weather. Just do command find weather. I think that might pop up. No. All right. Anyways, I don't know Jared Goff if he's good or bad in the cold. We were told 4 minutes left, so let's get to Cody's parlay here. Cody, I like the idea of a parlay here, especially with money lines, because these teams need to win for the playoffs. So you're basically predicting the playoffs, and I like this idea. I like this route.
Yeah, so we're taking Bengals money line, Jags money line, Steelers money line, and I'm throwing in the Vikings in there too. And it comes up to plus 297. Maybe if you're able to get a parlay boost, maybe boost that up a little bit more. But again, this is the worst week of the year to bet on the NFL because there's so many teams that you don't know. Like the Vikings and Bears game is 7.5 points, and I don't know what to play on that because, yeah, sure, the Vikings should blow them out, but what if they stop trying in the second half because they blew them out so much in the first half, and then they play their second-string guys in the second half, and the Bears do a backdoor cover or something like that. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Like, a lot of teams are going to be doing that. I mean, there's a reason that the Falcons are 4-point favorites against the Bucs this week, right? They wrapped up the division. They don't care about this game. So, Jags against the Titans. This game decides the AFC South. And the Jags, man, I remember we did our first NFL show of the year when we were talking about futures, and I said something along the lines of Jags plus 900 to win the AFC South as a little sprinkle. Like, don't believe in it, but just for fun. and I wish I would have actually done it. If anyone who actually watched the show and actually did that, congratulations. I like the Jags. They're playing really well. The Titans are just free falling. I think they started free falling the moment I said that I think they can go to the Super Bowl. And I think that's because of they had injuries on defense. Ryan Tannehill got hurt. And honestly, why in the hell did they trade A.J. Brown? I don't know. Anyway, Bengals against the Ravens at home. Bengals lost to the Ravens week 3 or week 4. This, not only does this game mean something for divisional playoff implications and stuff, but also DeMar Hamlin, the emotional side of that, coming off that, they're playing really well. To go with that, I think they've come out really strong on Sunday and play hard for not only themselves but for the fans at home against a Ravens team that just lost to the Steelers. And honestly, they're already in the playoffs. They don't really, outside of, I think they can still possibly win the division if the Ravens win this game. But not to say that they don't have anything to play for, but I think there's more to play for the Bengals here. So I'm going to take the Bengals on the money line. Steelers, money line against the Browns. The Steelers, I think they still need help, but if they win, this gives them an opportunity to maybe get into the playoffs. Again, they need help. And they play really well. Mike Tomlin, the fact that he's been able to put this team in position to even be considered for the playoffs says everything about what I've said about Mike Tomlin all season when we've talked about the Steelers.
Dude just wins. He just wins.
He does. He does just win. And that's honestly, God, I wish the Bears had a coach like that. Anyway, and then finally, Vikings money line minus 345. I wish I would have just made this parlay on Monday, but whatever. Anyway, it comes out to plus 297 on DraftKings, and put a little 50 burger on there, and then you make some real money.
Oh yeah, just a 50 burger. Hey, sign up for those free bets, and you get $200 in
there
free
you go.
bets
Put
instantly.
those $200 in free bets on that parlay. There you go.
So I did find some cold weather stats for Jared Goff. This is from CBS Sports. This year, 4 games in what they describe as cold weather, 63.6% completion percentage, 5 touchdowns, 0 interceptions, a QB rating of 99.6. That was this year. Last year in one cold weather game, 14 of 25, 114, no touchdowns, no interceptions, 4 sacks, 67.8 rating. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't think we have enough
It's a small
stats to
sample
describe.
size.
He
Yeah.
was much worse when he was with the Rams when it came to playing in those cold weather games because he wasn't doing it as often. Now he's in the NFC North and he's going to Lambeau, he's going to Chicago, he's going to play all these other teams that are in the Midwest and wherever the Lions are going outside of this division. Definitely more. He's playing in more cold weather games now than he definitely did with the Rams. So maybe he's adjusted in a way, but I feel like in his earlier years when he was with the Rams, he was not good in cold weather. So
I got one final pick, and it is for the national championship game, and I hate to do it. I love the Horned Frogs. They're fantastic. They're my team. They've been so fun to watch, but Georgia's going to win this game. Georgia's going to roll this game, and I just don't think you can bet minus 12.5. You have to go to the alternate spreads, boost it all the way. Minus 17.5 is actually not enough. I would do 20.5. That's at plus 150. That's my lock of this show. I think Georgia rolls the Frogs in this game. They're just too big, too fast, too strong. They're going to win this game. And I hate to say it just because TCU has been so fun, but Max Duggan will crumble in this game, and that's not his fault, just because TCU it just isn't as good, and I think the Cinderella shoe finally slips off here. And mainly Jim Harbaugh is looking at the NFL. I mean, that's the real reason why
during the show, he just announced he's going to stay at Michigan.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
Okay.
He's very excited to coach Michigan in 2023.
Yeah.
Okay. My question related to the national championship game, I know we have to get off here. One question.
No.
Would you wait until Monday to place the bet, or should you place the bet now? Because could you see that line moving back up before Monday? Or could you see that line coming down even more? Because it did open at 13.5, and now it's down to 12.5. Could it come I don't know if it came down to 10.5, that'd be cool.
I think that line Monday, 3 p.m. is 13.5 or higher. I think right now it's at 12.5, but I think it'll creep up, especially towards game time. It'll be interesting to see, too, what boost we get on DraftKings Sportsbook. So make sure you're checking out DraftKings Sportsbook on Monday.
I'll be betting Georgia minus 12.5.
There you go.
13.5, whatever.
I'll be betting 17.5. Let's go Dogs. Anyways, that's Cody Delmendo. You can follow him on Twitter at Cody_CHGO. Thank you to Stephen Nicholas for producing the show today. And you can follow me on Twitter at Sean_W_Anderson. Hopefully Aaron Rodgers loses on Sunday to Dan Campbell. We will talk to you when we are millionaires next week.